Shalom. Welcome to GMS Gals on the Streets. Want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, whom I worship. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this word and that rule well. I'm Elder Soccer Run, GMS New York camp. And today's topic is going to be on the Mark of the Beast. All right. And I'm pretty much lambacking off of Elder Apostles Tah's show that he did yesterday, entitled "And He Causeth All." More info on the Mark of the Beast, and pretty much it was like some videos that he had put up on there, and he was going into on people who are causing their employees and bringing in the causing their employees to get the RFID chip, and pretty much making this chip the norm. So there's gonna come a time where you won't be able to buy or sell, just like the scriptures say, or do anything unless you have this chip, this RFID chip. All right. So with that being said, I just want to read an article, and I got a couple of scriptures that I want to bring out. And if the audio seems a little harsh, it's because I'm driving. All right, and it may be a little loud. The mic is not probably picking up as clearly as it should. But it says the company offers to implant its workers. The company offers to implant its workers and startup members with microchips the size of grains of rice that function as swipe cards to open doors, operate printers, or buy smoothies with a wave of the hand. The injections have become so popular that workers at Epicenter hold parties for those willing to get implanted. So they hold freaking microchip parties, man. We have brought up before how there's a club in Spain, I think in Barcelona somewhere. Don't quote me on that, but it's called the Baja Club, and people get microchip there to go into their VIP section and shit, and to buy drinks with it and all that. Okay. It says the injections have become so popular that workers at Epicenter hold parties for those willing to get implanted. Okay. It says the biggest benefit, I think, is convenience. Right? And that's how they're going to advertise this thing, and get people to get it. Convenience, man. Making things, easier for people. And this is a lazy generation anyway. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's willing to work hard to get what they need and to get what they want. They want everything handed to them. Right? They want to get spoon-fed with a silver spoon, so to speak, right? So it says, so they want to get things handed to them, man, on a silver platter. It says, the technology in itself is not new. Such chips are used as virtual collar plates for pets. Companies use them to track deliveries. It's just never been used to tag employees on a broad scale before. Epicenter and a handful of other companies are the first to make chip implants broadly available. Yeah, well, they always wanted to track the people. Shit, going back to World War II, Hitler, he tagged the so-called Jews, right, and he kept track of them with the tabulating a tabulating machine and system that they had in place, which I believe IBM provided them with those machines, an American company. Okay. Um, and this is where they got the whole idea of the um, the UPC codes and tracking technology from. All right. So there's nothing new, in the ancient world. Uh, Slave masters branded their slaves, to let other slave owners know that who slaves belong to who, and to keep track of them, right? So this branding of humans is not new. Hence, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, that there is nothing new under the sun. It's just the technology is more advanced. Knowledge shall be increased, like the scriptures say, right? So it's just on a broader scale, man. There's nowhere that you could with this thing. There's nowhere that you can go where you could be off the grid. Off Esau's grid and shit, man. They'll find you anywhere, and there's plenty of movies to show that proves that, right? And it says, and as with most new technologies, it raises security and privacy issues. Yeah, there won't be no security. Yeah, security for the new world order, security for the government, protecting them from you, because in their eyes you're the enemy, right? And privacy issues. Yeah, you won't have no privacy. They show you that in that movie, The Circle, with Tom Hanks. All right. There is no privacy. There's nothing but what they call clarity, where they know your every move and everything you do, even when you have sex with your woman at home, you know, or if you're just chilling with your family at home or something, they'll see all that. Things that's supposed to be in private, man. You could be, using the commode and shit, man. They'll be watching you while you do that. Now, who the hell wants to live in a world like that, man? You got to be a real fucking demon to want to live. Here it is, man. You want to do your thing in the bathroom, man. You use the commode, man, and it's called a restroom, right? For a reason. You're right. You're releasing your bowels, man, and you wanna rest, you wanna chill, all right, or whatever, man. And why would you want somebody looking at you, man? While you're doing that, that's fucking demonic. Anyway, it says the data generated by the I'm sorry, I'm gonna read this again. It says, and as with most new technologies, it raises security and privacy issues. While biologically safe, the data generated by the chips can show how often an employee comes to work or what they buy. Unlike company swipe cards or smartphones, which can generate the same data, a person cannot easily separate themselves from the chip. It says, of course, putting things into your body is quite a big step to do, and it was even for me at first, said Mesterton, remembering how he initially had doubts. But then on the other hand, I mean, people have been implanting things into their body like pacemakers and stuff to control your heart, he said. That's a way more way more serious thing than having a small chip that can actually communicate with devices. Yeah, but that's a pacemaker. That's somebody who's having trouble with their heart, jackass. You can't use that as a reason to get the chip. That's fucking stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, those are people who are having heart conditions, heart problems, heart murmurs and palpitations or whatever they're going through, and they gotta have their heart monitored, so they have no fucking choice but to get that put in them or whatever. Now, you using that as an excuse to get the chip. You're a fucking asshole, man. This guy here. Because people are gonna do that. They're gonna make excuses for themselves to justify them getting the chip. Well, you go ahead and get the fucking chip, man. Get the chip, and when your privacy is being compromised, your health is being compromised, and most of all, the Most High is gonna do things to you, to mess you up, to jack you up, ultimately kill you. Don't At the end, don't complain, all right, and don't say that you weren't warned, because you're being warned right now. It says Epicenter, which is home to more than 100 companies and some 2,000 workers, began implanting workers in January of 2015. Now about 150 workers have them. A company based in Belgium also offers its employees such implants. And there are isolated cases around the world where tech enthusiasts have tried this out in recent years. The small implants use near-field communication technology, the same as in contractless credit cards or mobile payments. When activated by a reader a few centimeters away, a small amount of data a small amount of data flows between the two devices via electromagnetic waves. The implants are passive, meaning they contain information that other devices can read, but cannot read information themselves. Ben Liberton, a microbiologist at Stockholm's Karolinska Institute, says hackers could conceivably gain huge swaths of information from embedded microchips. The ethical dilemmas will become bigger the more sophisticated the microchips become. The data that you could possibly get from a chip that is embedded in your body is a lot different from the data that you can get from a smartphone, he says. Conceptually, you could get data about your health. You could get data about your whereabouts, how often you're working, how long you're working, if you're taking toilet breaks and things like that. Liberton said that if such data is collected, the big question remains of what happens to it, who uses it, and for what purpose. So far, Epicenter's group of cyborgs doesn't seem too concerned. People ask me, "Are you chipped?" And I say, "Yes, why not?" said Frederick Kaiser, the 47-year-old chief experience officer at Epicenter. And they all get excited about privacy issues and what that means and so forth. Yeah, so it says and they get all excited about privacy issues and what that means and so forth. And for me, it's just a matter of I like to try new things. All right, it says, and for me, it's just a matter of I like to try new things and just see it as more of an enabler and what that would bring into the future. Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna bring in the future for you, man. That's gonna bring total enslavement to you, man, to you, your family. All right, you're gonna be put in concentration camps, and that's how they're gonna be able to track you and make sure that you're working in these labor camps for free, and and making sure you're not trying to escape a series of things, man. You know, the chip is gonna let them know if you have a disease or not. If you have a disease, they're gonna carty you off to get to be destroyed, to get killed. You know, go see that movie, The Handmaid's Tale, with Robert Duvall. All right, it's a couple, and then ultimately, you know, you're not in a day of destruction. All right, you're not gonna be, you won't be delivered. You know, when the Lord comes. So there's a whole bunch of things, series of things. All right, that's gonna go down if because you took that chip. It says the implants have become so. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Yeah, the implants have become so popular that epicenter workers stage monthly events where attendees have the option of being chipped for free. Yeah, because that's how they want. They want that. They want those chips out there, man. You know. It says that means visits from self-described body hacker Johan Osterlund from Biohacks Sweden, who performs the operation. He injects the implants using preloaded syringes into the fleshy area. He injects the implants using preloaded syringes into the fleshy area of the hand, just next to the thumb. The process lasts a few seconds, and more often than not, there are no screams and barely a drop of blood. The next step for electronics is to move into the body, he says. Sandra Hageloff, 25, who works for Eventomatic, and an events company that works with Epicenter, has had 3 piercings before, and her left hand barely shakes as Osterlund injects the small chip. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it goes into your right hand or your left hand, you know. You will still get destroyed, man, no matter where you get it. All right? Because you're receiving this mark of the beast, man. It reads, I want to be a part of the future, she laughs. Okay, so that's where it ends there. And you can read that for yourself. There's many other articles, you know, that you can read concerning this topic. Now, I want to get some scriptures out. I want to bring some scriptures out, of course. And we're going to go to Isaiah, the 36th chapter, and the 6th verse. All right, Isaiah 36. You can see it right there in the middle of the screen. All right, it says, this is Isaiah 36 and 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, on Egypt. That's and this is the reason why Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is coming to destroy the 2/3. You know, because ultimately they're getting this RFID chip implanted in them because they're trusting in this broken reed on Egypt. And what is Egypt? You can read about it in Revelation, the 11th chapter and the 8th verse. Egypt is America is spiritually known as Egypt. All right, America is Egypt. All right, and when you translate Egypt, that word Egypt, it means bondage, because that's where Israel were in bondage for 400 years, man. All right, under the Egyptians, under Pharaoh Ramses II. All right, and we build him the treasure cities, you know, back then. and we served as slaves. You know, we didn't get compensated for it. You know, and ultimately the Lord came and destroyed them. Same thing happened here in New Egypt, America, man. All right, where we have served as slaves, okay, and from the 1600s, beginning in the 1600s, and we were not compensated for it, man. That's how America became great, right? They cannot deny that. They could try. Esau wants to erase that from off the history books in their schools, but guess what, man? They cannot deny that fact. They can't hide that fact. They can't erase that history, man. No matter how much they try. All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. No matter how much they try to demasculate Jake, you know, fuck their minds up, you know, in the public fool system, they won't be able to erase that history. All right. It says, so Israel trusts in this broken, trust in the staff of this broken reed. The broken reed is America. It's broken. It's financially broken, morally broken, and soon to be physically broken when our Lord comes. They're going to get broken up, man. All right. And the modern day Egyptians are the Edomites, man, the so-called white man, you know. All right. It says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, i.e. America. Now pay attention. It says, whereon if a man lean, meaning you're trusting, if you're leaning on something, you're trusting on it, you know, you're leaning on it, you know, for support, right? Any support that you get, you know, by way of benefits from the state, from the government, you know, that means you're trusting in this broken system. All right. Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand. So what is that saying? Ultimately, that if you trust in this system, you trust in this white man, you know, for everything, then eventually that staff is gonna go into your hand. So what is that going into? The RFID chip, man. All right, the mark of the beast being implanted into your hand. All right. It says it will go into his hand and pierce it. And I show you the article. The dude had a syringe, and he uses that to pierce your hand, the fleshy part of your hand between the index finger and the thumb, and that's where because it's the softest point, and that's where they injected at. All right. And pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Right now, who's the Pharaoh of this modern day Egypt today? Pharaoh Trump. President Trump. You know? Alright? Also known as PT, baby. Notice they both starts with P's. Pharaoh and president. So it says yeah, so that's one scripture I wanted to bring out. We had brought that scripture out at the studio shows that the Elder Apostle used to have, you know, and give me a second. Yeah, so now I want to go to yeah, that was Isaiah 36:6. That's a beautiful scripture. And now I want to go to let's go to Revelation, the 20th chapter, in the 4th verse. All right, and it reads, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. And for those thrones, who were sitting on those thrones? The 12, right? The Lord said that there will be They'll be sitting on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and also the rest of the 144,000, man. Right? That they will be sitting on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel in the kingdom, and showing you that the nation of Israel it exists today. Right? You gotta know who they are. We at Great Millstone, we teach you who they are. It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai and for the word of the Most High, um, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark, the RFID chip. Who's the beast? Esau, his system, right? NATO, the US, the United States, the EU. And I saw thrones, and I saw thrones, and they sat on upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. And that's going into the kingdom. We're gonna be reigning with Yahushua for very forever. And that's going into how the disciples of Yahushua were brutally killed for his name's sake and for his word back then during the Roman Empire, and also now. Some brothers, this is gonna happen to certain brothers. So yeah. So with that, hope brothers were edified, and this has been GMS Gals in the Streets, Elder Sakuran, GMS New York Camp, signing off. Shalom.